How do you eat less at your family's Thanksgiving dinner? What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about how to eat less at your family's get-together for Thanksgiving. No, I'm talking about those situations that just kind of like regular dudes go through. You know what I'm saying? This is the stuff that I've been up against. I've tried different things. Some things work better than others, so I'm about to share them. So this isn't in no way a sure shot to get you from getting any heat from your family, but hopefully it does help just a bit. First of all, why would you want to eat less at a party where the focus is delicious food and you're giving thanks and you're eating probably just deliciousness? Well, there could be a lot of situations. Could be one, the food's just no good. Probably not too often. Most people that have the courage to cook for Thanksgiving dinners because they get down on the get down. So that's probably the lowest one on the list. Another thing could be is that you're on some kind of a special diet, whether it was given to you by your medical professional or just something that you saw on the internet that you want to try, or a friend shared it with you and you really want to lose some pounds, so you're officially on a diet. Another one is maybe you just changed the way you eat. You're not eating the same way that maybe your family and friends are used to you eating. Kind of like the old you, the way you used to eat. You've changed your habits. You changed what you eat, or maybe the amount that you eat, and it's just a little different. Everything changes. You're not the same person you were a few weeks ago, even a few days ago, let alone if they haven't seen you for a whole year. You're different then. So maybe your diet's changed. And I don't mean off a diet. I'm just saying what you consume, the way you eat, what you eat. Maybe that's changed. Or maybe you've just been working on your figure. You've been hitting the exercise really hard. You've been doing the cardio. You've been doing the weights. You've been doing the yoga. You've been doing the stretches. You've been doing all kinds of stuff that it takes to look the way you look today. And you don't want to mess it up. You don't want to change that habit. You're on a good routine. You've been eating well. You've been exercising. And you don't want to break the pattern by getting crazy with food one day and maybe risking breaking the momentum that you have and then using that as an excuse of, I already ate that day anyway, so it'll be cool the next day and the next day and the next day. That could be a thing too. And most families, I know how it is. They love to feed you. They love when you come over and they give you food and you eat it all up, and it's probably really good. And that's what really makes it tough sometimes, to eat less. It's just so good. Okay, so for the first situation, let's say you're on a diet, officially on a diet. Couple of tricks you can do. First of all, you got to make sure that you're not really hungry, because the moment you walk in, it's going to smell so good. And then when you look at the food, it's going to look real good. So your mouth's probably going to salivate. I'm actually salivating right now just thinking about Thanksgiving dinner. So make sure you're hooked up with a bottle of water or your flask of water. You have it in the car or whichever way you got there. You drink a lot of water before you go in there. It's water, but it kind of helps you get through that initial kapow of deliciousness. If dinner's not on the right away, make sure that you're just drinking water while you're saying what's up to family and friends, catching up on things. You want to disguise it that it's just not water. Get your cup and put a little lemon on the side. Makes it look like it's a fancy drink. Sip on your water. Stay hydrated. One of the obvious and simple ones to say when it's time for dinner is just say you already ate. You ate at a friend's house and you're full. Most of the time that's not going to work with our people. They're usually going to say, just come on, get a little bit. You have to come on, get a little bit. So good luck in that one working. Probably won't, but I had to throw it out there. The second one you could try is say you don't feel well. You know what? I got, stomach ache. My head hurts a little bit. I don't know. It must have been something I ate this morning. I don't feel good. Again, good luck with that one working. They're still, because they love you, going to make you get something to eat and sit down. But it's worth a shot. Give it a shot. Test your acting skills. Oh, my stomach really hurts. I don't feel well, but I didn't want to not come over. Now, this last one takes a little bit more effort, but the chances of it working are a little bit more in your favor. Once it's time to eat, you make your way over to the kitchen or the table, whichever the way your setup is. You grab your plate. If they served it and it's just served like we know how to serve plates, grab your plate, go sit down. Start chopping it up. Act like nothing's happening. Grab a tiny spoonful or two. Let it sit. Keep on talking. The magic here is let time pass. Once the hype is over about come get something to eat, you can now move into we're conversating. But then what do you do with your plate of food? That's when you play it off and you say, you know what, I couldn't eat much. I'm gonna go ask to see if I could take this with me. Typically, if it's family, you're cool like that. You can grab your plate, go over to the kitchen and say, you know what, I couldn't eat much today. I don't know what's going on, but is it okay if I take this with me? Since the whole hype of come serve yourself, come get food, come sit down is all over and everybody's more into conversation mode, maybe even dessert, they probably won't mind putting it in some sort of a to-go plate or wrap it or whatever it is that they can do for you. Very important though, do not forget it. Don't forget it. Make sure you do whatever you have to do. Put your keys on it, put your coat on it, put your hat on it, whichever thing that you're not going to not leave with, to make sure. Go even put it in the car. That would be a good one. I'm going to go put this in the car so I don't forget it. Because the last thing you want to do is break their heart when you forget it. Then they see the plate and say, look it, so-and-so didn't even take his plate. One thing you definitely don't want to do, what you don't want to do is say, oh, no thank you, I'm on a diet. Because you're just opening up a good old conversation about you, a diet, and you being on that diet. Second situation, let's say you changed the way you eat. You're not so much on a diet, you just changed the way you eat, the style you eat, the amount you eat, the things you eat. Here's how to work that situation. It's dinner time and they call you over to the table or to the kitchen or whatever your situation is. You're sitting there, you have your plate, it's served for you. In this example, you take it, you go sit down, you eat what you're gonna eat. Just eat what you have to. This does require some self-control. If you're trying to eat less, but your plate is piled up to here with deliciousness, it doesn't mean you have to finish it. This is where drinking water throughout the evening and drinking water maybe before you even got to the party will help you to have a little bit more self-control, to not eat the whole thing. Maybe just eat what you want. Eat what you feel is right. And the things that are on there that maybe you don't eat no more, just skip them. Put them to the side. Don't eat them. When you're done, if it's easy to, just toss it. Put the plate in the sink, you're done. However, if the situation is kind of weird, where maybe there's a lot of people over in the kitchen, you don't want them to see you toss all that food, you use the same technique as the first situation. You ask if you could take that home with you because you just couldn't eat another bite. And remember, don't forget it. Go put it in your car or put something on it like your keys so you won't forget it. The last thing you want is to break their heart and you not taking it home with you. Changing the scenario a bit, let's say it's like a buffet style. Serve your own plate, serve yourself. Be careful with the amount of food that you put on your plate because chances are you're gonna serve it. But you also don't want to exaggerate and put like one little tiny pea in the center of your plate because you're gonna draw attention. Remember, the thing is to not pull so much attention to you so you and your style of eating doesn't become the topic card of the evening. So grab a few things, kind of spread them out. Go sit down, swirl them around your plate a little bit so it looks like it got messy. Finish what you want to finish. Since you served it, it should be pretty easy to eat it because you're the one that served the stuff on the plate. These solutions also help when you have multiple Thanksgiving houses / dinners to go visit that evening. Let's say you're gonna go visit your spouse's house, then you're gonna go to your house, then maybe you're gonna go to a friend's house, and then maybe you're gonna go to another friend's house. Sometimes that happens. I know how it is with family. So you gotta make sure that you use one technique to know how you can eat a little at each place. Maybe you know that at that one house they got that bomb stuffing that they always make. So take it easy on the stuffing at your other stops so when you get there you can enjoy that stuffing that you have once a year. If you got 3 houses to go to, and then let it be known, we still got to visit 2 more houses, so I'm going to take it easy on the food because I still got to stop by and eat at my aunt's house, at my grandma's house, at my uncle's house, at my side chick's house, whatever it is. You just let them know that that's why you're eating less. And you could also use the technique of, may I take this home with me because it was really good. I just can't eat that much right now because I got to make these other stops. And again, don't forget that plate that they wrap up for you. And lastly, don't even trip. If you do tear it up and you eat a lot and you enjoy all the deliciousness that comes with Thanksgiving dinner, don't even worry about it. You did it. I hope you enjoyed it. It won't happen again till next year. It's the past. The past is the past. The past doesn't equal the present. The past doesn't equal the future. Matter of fact, the past doesn't even exist no more. At the moment, if you're already in it to win it, just enjoy it. Enjoy it as much as you can because it'll be over in a little while. And Thanksgiving will now be a day that happened already. And then you just move on. Thanks for watching. I hope this helps. I'll see you in the next video.